pattern in your eyes, showing you what you can't see. Rising hands,
or
staring down.
Fitch or Kime. What's going on here, dude?
How dare you interrupt my meditation on my ennui?
You've really gotten into Lost Odyssey. A lot.
Yes, I have.
Give me
Yes.
that. We like Lost Odyssey. We like it. It's not Blue Dragon. Don't worry.
But this Sakaguchi has redeemed himself.
Thank you. Because, you know, everyone was kind of down on Blue Dragon. You both, right?
Yes.
Haters.
And you.
No, I was not on the review, and I didn't hate it. I thought it was a whimsical, you know, Dragon Quest wannabe.
Too whimsical.
A little too whimsical. But Lost Odyssey is the Final Fantasy wannabe, and I think it's more successful. This is kind of like what Sakaguchi would have made if he made Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
That's really what this is. And there's a place for this because there are no B tier RPGs on 360 that are like approaching Square Enix quality of production, and this is. It's definitely a jump above like Wild Arms or even Shadow Hearts, which is the series that secretly was made by the developer of this game. This game is made
and you
up.
get some of that Shadow Hearts humor.
What's that? You hear that?
What? Jensen!
That's a harp. Yeah. Queen must be in there, right? I mean, no dude plays a harp. Yeah.
Queen?
I would have liked more of their creativity to come through. You don't get like the weirdness.
Yeah, I mean, I think
of the Shadow Hearts games.
Clearly being driven by Sakaguchi. They're throwing in some of their own stuff, but I think it's a good combination. Definitely better than Artoon and Sakaguchi.
Yeah. I'm not in love with the character designs. I know he's a talented designer. He did Slam Dunk.
Takahiko in a way, yeah.
Right.
I think that his designs tend to be a little more mature than the typical manga anime.
Hey, you! What about the others? You alone? What's your name? Your unit?
But I feel the characters look a little too like mundane and average and just look like townspeople.
Follow me.
So Ray, how do you feel about Kime? He's laconic.
He's laconic, yes.
Does not say much.
Exactly the word I was looking for.
And he has this awesome strand of hair that stays in place the whole time, you know.
I think he's actually a different kind of protagonist. It's more character driven. It's more these people are discovering themselves. I mean, to me, it feels like a grown up Final Fantasy.
That's Officer Seth Balmore with the 43rd Magic Division. She's like you. She got out in one piece.
Really? You two are walking miracles. Hey,
I felt that way the first disc of the game. It's a very serious tone, and Kime and the other characters Seth, they're these immortals, and yeah, it's all very serious and dark.
You see, the first thing that made me realize that this was not going to be my father's Final Fantasy was when you're first starting on your adventure, and your friend Jansen, he comes out and he's got these three women with him who can only be described as ladies of the evening, whichever parlance you prefer.
It is a mature title.
Oh, definitely.
what the? This is the other guy?
Yeah. Why are you late?
Can't you tell? A man's got to do certain things before leaving on a mission like this. I know what I had to do.
Jerk.
Unlike Blue Dragon, like there are actual bits and pieces of the characters revealing themselves over the course of the game, and you didn't get that with Blue Dragon. Although the gameplay was fine, and the gameplay here I think is fine too, but there was no motivation to learn about those characters.
Well, and the way you hear their backstory is interesting, but the idea of there being 4 legendary heroes, that's not original. That's like every RPG ever. Hi.
Girls like flowers. Hey, mind letting me have one?
Ow! Don't pick 'em!
Hey, you little brat. Next time, say that before you hit someone. You got that, kid?
Shut up, you old geezer!
Geezer?
I mean, it felt like an adult adventure, and then they bring in these little
People
kids.
have seen the kids.
Like, yeah, I mean, every
like it is Paladin form. You say that. In fact, when you first meet these kids, there's a musical theme from Uematsu, the guy who did the music before, that is a direct direct nod to that.
What's your name? I'm Cook, and this is my little brother, Mac.
Cook and Mac. Gotcha. I'm Seth. Nice to meet you.
The music, I think it is very competent, but it is very derivative of Uematsu's earlier works.
Sakaguchi is mining his past. Uematsu is mining his past. Up to and including the Victory Fanfare, which is like a dissonant remixed version.
Too dissonant.
It's very dissonant. It does remind you of Final Fantasy, right?
No, it doesn't. It reminds me of Glass. I'd rather it be derivative of Uematsu than Blue Dragons being derivative of Sugiyama,
That's
which
true.
Uematsu did.
Like in Final Fantasy 7, 8, there's melodies that you hear again and again. You don't really get that. There's not really a theme. There's not really a melody that's really sticking with me yet.
The combat system is actually another thing that's keeping me playing. It's a simple system, but it's very refined.
It does include like time button presses, which were innovative in Beyond the Beyond in 1995.
Because the game levels to you, there's no real benefit in grinding. So because of that, the boss battles are really difficult, and you almost have to approach them like a puzzle. There's like a right and a wrong way to fight them, and you will die.
I'm just used to going through games, hitting not bothering to heal my party members because the only challenging thing is going to be the boss battle. Here, it's definitely I have to keep on my toes at all times, which actually engages you in the game more, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do like the combat. My only problem is the loading times before and after combat are unfucking believable.
Let's take him now.
I totally forgot about the horrible, horrible mini-games in this game. At the funeral, you have to play this horrible mini-game where you're like... lighting torches.
First you have to go on a fetch quest.
Yeah,
First you have to go on a
two fetch quests.
Two fetch quests.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the incredibly stressful funeral, I was like not doing it correctly. I almost called you. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. No, it was like 3 a.m. I was like, what the fuck?
Same here. And I'm like, seriously, game? But I think the really big divisive part of this game is going to be, what do they call it? The Dream of 1,000 Years?
Yeah, 1,000-Year Dream.
1,000-Year Dream. As you're playing through the game, Kaim, you'll be like looking at a bird over there and you'll be like, oh, I remember something. And then you get the chance to read a story. Whoop-de-fucking-do, I can read a story, great.
Now, I considered majoring in creative writing, so this is sort of up my alley.
Not only do I like reading, but I also enjoy the works of this translator, Jay Rubin. He's Murakami Haruki's translator. He's a very talented translator. Some of them are really, really interesting, and they're all well translated.
Definitely.
However, it's a misuse of the medium. If I sell you a game and I pack a novel in with it, does that make the game better? No. You can't come up with any other way of presenting these stories to me. No way to make it interactive, no way to show them to me visually. You have me read, It
requires you to be more introspective about Kaim's past experiences. I think it brings you closer to Kaim, frankly.
I agree, and I do think it really fleshes out the characters, but I feel like it's just like this separate world, and like that never enters into the game. Back when I was playing Xenosaga, I felt silly as I set the controller down to watch a 45-minute cutscene, and I feel even sillier reading short stories on my screen on my expensive next-generation console. Like, really.
I'm satisfied with
I just think it's lazy. Even if the content is really good, it's a lazy misuse of the technology, and I'm not going to reward it for doing it. Even if they're good stories, like, hi, wrong medium, folks.
I think it's like the first very competent Japanese RPG this generation.
I agree, and
I think more of these will hold us over until Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, this is the closest thing to Final Fantasy 13 we're getting, right now, and I'm sticking with it. I want to see it through to the end. I don't want any, I don't want any spoilers.
No. The story is involving me for as much as any RPG has since Persona 3, frankly. We all agree it's recommendable, and all agree it's definitely better than the Blue Dragon.
Yeah, I think we all agree it's better than Blue Dragon. Yeah. It's recommendable.
But Gooch, you redeemed yourself.
Yeah, Gooch. All right.
Yeah.
Queen.
Ignore it. It'll lead to trouble.
Hey, I've got a sixth sense about these things. The Queen's gotta be hot. I didn't pay my respects. I mean, I'd have to turn in my man card. Time to work my magic.
Idiot.
What are you trying to pull, Jensen? Open up!